right, you're welcome back. This is still the AM show, but of course, it's now time for E-Corner. And my girl, Irene, is seated. Hi, Irene.
Hi, Noella. How are you doing? Good
I'm
to see you again.
Good to see you too, in your powder blue suit.
I'm following your footsteps.
Oh, please, stop saying that. Stop saying that. I know you have a packed show for us. Take it away.
All right. So, I mean, a lot of things have gone on over the weekend, throughout this week and all of that. But we are beginning on a sad note. Right. So we are going straight to Dolly Parton because we lost her on 25th of August. And if you are talking about music, you cannot leave her name out, especially when it comes to country music. She comes from Tennessee, but along the line, she moved to Nashville, and that is where she began her musical career, and then it picked up. She did a lot of songs from Jolene, Coat of Many Colors, and a whole lot of songs. And one interesting thing about her is that, you know, Whitney Houston, actually, she did the song, I'll Always Love You, and a lot of people remember Houston for that song. But do you know that Dolly Parton was the original composer of that song? She composed that song in the year 1974, and then later in 1992, Houston also did her version for the movie Bodyguard. And so beyond that too, I mean, when we are talking about her looks also come to play. I mean, she's given us the bold fashion statement, her makeup, her hair, her outfit, and she also credited that to someone in her hometown who she said the person used to dress like that, and it was so admirable. So she picked up that look from her. And interestingly, Noella, she didn't have any child.
Yeah, she didn't.
Yeah,
that's another very interesting bit about her.
And then she said that it doesn't worry her at all making that decision. But even beyond that, not having children, she's done a lot for many children. She has a library in her name. So she has a library in her name where she allows kids to come in there, give them free books and read. And then she also said the inspiration behind that initiative is as a result of growing up around the father who wasn't able to read and then write. So she felt like, okay, if my daddy had the opportunity, I think he would have been able to read and write. So since he didn't have the opportunity, why not just do a library where kids can come in and adopt the habit of reading? She also has a theme park in her name called Dollywood, where people come, have fun, and, you know, enjoy musical performances and all of that. And one exciting thing about her story is that she was non-partisan. She didn't affiliate herself with any political party. In fact, she turned down the Presidential Medal of Freedom offered to her twice by President Donald Trump and also by Joe Biden. She turned down those offers because she had the following, and she didn't want a situation where there will be confusion. Maybe if I'm an NDC MPP, no, she doesn't want that kind of thing, so she didn't associate herself with any political party. In fact, she's also an actress. She featured in the movie 9 to 5. And so if we are talking about her, I mean, if the US president is saying that we should lower the US flag for a week to honor her, I mean, she deserves it because beyond music, she's done so much things for the industry.
And she has 3,000 songs. 3,000 songs.
3,000 songs.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so away from that, let's go to our next story, where it's also a sad news because Ghana also lost one of its biggest legend, Grace Naughty. If you're talking about people who have contributed to the movie industry, hey, you cannot forget her name. I mean, she's entertained audiences across film, theater, and television, and she's become one of the most famous faces of Ghana's entertainment industry. But for the sake of people who do not know her, let's watch this short profile of Grace Naughty.
Some actors entertain us for a moment, but others become part of our memories. Grace Naughty was one of those rare talents. For generations of Ghanaians, her name and face have been familiar, and her performances have left a lasting impression on audiences.
Where is your master?
Inonde.
How is that?
Madam. Oh, she said we cannot lie for the house.
How?
Oh, madam, she said we cannot lie for the house.
Don't you know me?
Her journey in the creative arts spanned more than 5 decades, taking her from radio and theater to some of the most memorable productions on Ghanaian screens. Long before she became a household name, Grace Naughty hosted Nyawo Koshi, a radio program in the 1970s which sought to empower Ga women. She later made her mark on television, becoming one of the standout faces of Ghana's golden age of drama, with appearances in production including Abro.
Do you want your food served now or later?
Oh, get away!
All right, so may her soul rest in peace. I mean, if you watched Obra, if you grew up watching Obra, you should know Madame Grace Naughty. Now, away from that, let's talk about Bozoma Saint John. I mean, she has made Ghana proud. I mean, she made me feel like, no, I am proud to be a Ghanaian. Over the weekend, she had her wedding with Kelly Watson, and it was a very nice, beautiful wedding. I mean, we experienced the Ghanaian culture, the food, the kente, even the cake had the Dinkra symbols. I mean, this woman has put Ghana on the map. But I saw a lot of comments on social media where people were asking, who is she? Is she Ghanaian? Yes, Bozoma is a Ghanaian. So for those of you who don't know her, she was actually born in Connecticut in the US, but her father is in Zima, and then the mother is also a hunter. And so even though she grew up in the US, she came to Ghana and then also moved to Kenya a little. And so over the years, she's been projecting Ghana. And it will shock you to know that she also played a role in the Year of Return. Yes, and so in 2020, even former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo applauded her for her contribution to Year of Return. And so before we even talk about the Year of Return, well, let's just take a look at the highlights of the wedding video. All right, so I mean, that was a very beautiful wedding. Onuela, don't you think so?
I absolutely agree. I mean, I am so proud of Bozoma. She's an Nzima, first of all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Westerners connect. And she's a smart woman.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Yeah.
And very audacious, you know. She inspires me a lot. And I'm happy that she decided to, you know, dedicate or to showcase, you know, the Ghanaianness in us, our culture, our heritage, through such an intimate, something that's supposed to be very private and very intimate, you know, for her and her husband. She decided to, you know, dedicate it to showcasing, you know, our Ghanaianness, and I love it. Yeah.
It actually reminded me of, you know, December in Ghana.
Yeah.
Because there was food, dance.
And it's interesting how in September, okay, well, technically we're not in September, in a month as August, she got Ghana trending again.
Yeah.
She's powerful.
Yeah. And
Really,
we saw the Real Housewives of the Beverly
She was
Hills.
filming, yeah, we know that she was filming. And also it saw, I love the fact that it was an avenue for both political parties to also come and, you know, just have fun, celebrate, you know, what we truly are, which is Ghanaian.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was interesting. It's really interesting.
And maybe it's because of her background, because she's a marketing executive. She's worked with brands like Pepsi, Netflix, Apple Music, and a whole lot of brands.
Yeah,
so
Uber.
she's really making use of the field that she's mastered in. Yeah. But are we done? Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I know you have more.
Yeah.
You know, look at me saying we. I know you have more stories, but yeah, unfortunately, we have to end things here because of the National Science and Maths quiz. But you have a song of the week.
You know, Shatta came out to say that.
Okay, so we're not going to do
this.
this. We're not going to do the story. But what was the song of the week?
Okay, so it was basically Shatta and then Stonebwoy's song. They've all released their song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bobby. Okay. Let's listen to a little bit of that and then yeah.
Yesterday was trash, today they believe us. One done job, them say Jesus. Okay, only Shatta while they see only go pasta. They treat the back up, I talk to you.
I mean, Ghana, we have the artists, we have the actors, and of course, we have Bozoma. But like Mola said, I had more for you, but because of NSMQ, we have to draw the curtain here. And so that will be all for this week's edition of Ye Corner.